the finish. The water, Yahweh, repentance. He sent his only son to die.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Alright. First and foremost, want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach, Malak, Yahweh Shah. Alright, that's the Most High God in the name of His Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The name of this video, Satan has made you blacks love being hoes, man. We gonna get into it, man. Walk with me, alright? Okay, first, I want to talk about marriage, alright? Marriage is something very important to the Most High God. It's very important in the eyes of the Most High God, alright? God created man and woman, alright? This is the foundation of humanity. For a man and woman to be married as one, to be fruitful and multiply, right? Let's get a precept to just clarify that, alright? Let's go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, alright? Let's go to Genesis chapter 1, 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. 27. So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. 28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Alright? So this is the foundation of humanity. Alright? Okay, let's just start with the emancipation of the black slaves, right? That's during the Jim Crow era, during one of the toughest times that black people had. We had no resources, we had no financial literacy, we had absolutely nothing, pretty much. No 40 acres and a mule, nothing. But we still stood by each other in marriage with family, in unity, right? So during the Jim Crow era, black families still found a way to thrive. Now, white supremacy couldn't understand how are these people still building successful communities in this little amount of time after all we put them through. It was the unity that they had during those times. Now, this is how they turned you into a hoe. Satan didn't like that unity. That demon slipped into every black home, seduced them with his politics. I call it politricks. How he's going to help them with financial gain. In actuality, he was pulling that old Willie Lynch letter out on how to turn a house nigga against the field nigga. The light skin against the dark skin. But this time on how to turn a wife against her husband. It's a system. It's a blueprint behind this shit, man. Systemic racism. President Roosevelt, back in the 1930s, was the first one to back up the idea of a national welfare system in America, right? It would be different programs, house vouchers, different programs for people to qualify for to receive government assistance. Now they love you again, right? They burned down your communities, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And now they want to give you government programs and fundings to help you because they love you, right? Now, check this out. To get a housing voucher, this will only apply to women and children who were expected not to work but to benefit from welfare. Households with adult males was viewed as undeserving of assistance because they looked at it as a male was supposed to be providing for his family with work. The next thing, the women's rights movement. women's liberation movement. Women want equality. They want to be involved with more political decisions. They want more jobs. Yeah, this carried out in the 60s to the late 70s, right? You know, women feel they want more. And the government, he want to give that to you. He want to give the women what they want, right? I have no problem with women working. Right, this is where we at now, right? 60s to the 70s, got the women's rights movement. Right, women, you got your housing vouchers that the man don't even supposed to be in. Don't you know, black people, man, we gonna finesse that thing, man. You know the man still gonna be in the house. You got your welfare, your movement going. Things is looking up for the women, right? You're doing your thing. So now, the jobs that's usually given to the black man are now given to the women. No problem. But we having some slight changes now, though, right? Now we starting to see a few more baby daddies instead of husbands. Women getting a little spunky with their man now. Because her cuppeth overfloweth. She's drunketh from the philosophies of this wicked kingdom called America. She's been westernized, right? Let's get a precept. Let's get Deuteronomy 28:56. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:56. And it reads, all right? The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. Right? Her eye is evil towards you now. Right? Now let's look at this nigga. Ain't got a job, can't get a job. Need to get out my face and take these kids with you. You feel me? So now, black man, you 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Satan has planted the seed once again and watching the evolution of it as of now. See, back in the garden, the serpent knew to get to Adam, he had to go through Eve because she was a weaker vessel. Now, that's not taking a shot at the ladies. It's just that God created man to lead his family. Now, you done got in bed with the enemy, and all you did was follow the ways of the world. Let's get a precept. Let's get Romans 12:2. And it reads, and be not conformed of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So you got to come out of the world. Animal world, the medical world, all of the worlds. Let's get a precept. Let's go to Job 9:24. Let's go to Job 9:24. Classic. I love it. Classic precepts. Job 9:24. And it reads, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So all you did was follow the ways of the world. But the earth and the worlds inside the earth is given to the wicked. Right? You can't follow the traditions and the customs of this demon. Okay, so the 30s to the 50s we had welfare. Welfare for the Americans, right? 60s and the 70s we had women's movement, women's rights movement. Okay? Now the 80s, checkmate, complete genocide. This is the castration of black men, the decapitation of black families, black culture, and black excellence. All this was going on in the 70s with the women's marching and fighting for equality. But we still was black and still strong. We still was strong. But the 80s. Now Satan gave you a house, food, and welfare. Boosted your self-esteem like a pimp would do. Boost her up. Now it's time to hoe you out. This evil entity has changed the world. Changed the tradition of marriage first in the home. That's the tradition of God. Man and woman become one. He has changed the times and laws. All that nice 70s slow music, Anita Baker and all that, that's out. Now it's the 80s. They singing, what have you done for me lately? Dum, 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 dum. Ooh, yeah. Janet Jackson. You got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. This what's going on now. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Yeah, I grew up in the 80s. He's changing the laws, he's changing the times, and on top of that, the government dropped the biggest epidemic to hit poor black neighborhoods. You know what that was? Crack. Whew. Crack swept through the hood like a hurricane, destroying every black community in the United States. During that era, and the next generation to come after that, they named them Generation X. Over half of them children will have no spiritual guidance, no parental guidance. This world would raise them. And we know the earth is given to who? The wicked. So that means the wicked is going to raise these children. Now bear with me. Let me show you who this evil entity is, right? Alright? We're going to go on a brief history lesson. Brief. Follow me. Just for context, let's go to Daniel 7 and 17. Just to give a little context, alright? It reads, these great beasts, which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. Right. These four beasts that it's talking about is Babylon, Persian Medes, the Greeks, and the fourth beast is the Roman Empire. Just to give a little context of what we're talking about. Be four kingdoms, different time periods. Alright? Let's jump to 23. And bear with me, I might be moving a little fast. Verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms. He shall devour the whole earth, and shall thread it down, and break it in pieces. Now this fourth beast is the ancient Roman Empire. According to the Bible, this empire is still in rulership, and will continue to rule until the day of the Most High, till his son is time to return and put in that work. Let's keep going. And he shall devour the whole earth, take over everything, and break it into pieces, divided into different branches. Okay? Verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. The 10 horns are 10 kings out of this kingdom, which is the ancient Roman Empire, which is the European Union. Now, the European Union are the 10 countries which shall arise. Let's name a few. Spain, Italy, Germany, Portugal, Great Britain. I can't think of all of them, but that's 5 of them right there. Do the research, find out the other 5. That's just to name a few. Let's keep reading. All right, where we at? 24. Okay. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. Okay. And another shall arise after them. So another's going to rise after this 10. Who is this? What country is this? Keep reading. He shall be diverse from the first. This other horn that comes after the 10 is America. America was birthed by Great Britain, which was one of the 10 horns. That's why you celebrate the 4th of July, because America beat up on its daddy, which is Great Britain, in the Revolutionary War, and got its independence, which now is called the 4th of July. Okay? Now, let's read. He shall be diverse from the first. It say America will be diverse from the first because America seduced every nation on the earth with its politics, philosophies, and doctrine. We got the love. I feel a breakthrough coming through. Last collection, play one more time. Come on, bro. Coronavirus, man. All that puffing and breathing and lying. Let's keep reading. And he shall be diverse from the first. And he shall subdue 3 kings. Alright? Three of the 10 kingdoms will be wiped out for being rebellious of the old traditions. See, America is a democracy society, but they still love and praise the hell out of the Pope and the Church of Vatican. And where that church located? In Rome. Alright, we in verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. Okay, things like homosexuality, abortions is cool, things like that. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Briefly, let's see who the saints is. Real quick, we're going to come back to Daniel 7 and 25. It says, this beast shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Alright, let's go to Psalms. Let's go to the book of Psalms. 148 and 14. Alright, just to see who the saints are. Verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. The 12 tribes of Israel, the black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Those are the saints. I just have to let you know. Now let's go back to Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words, that he is that other horn, which is America, who comes from the descendants of the Roman Empire, right? These are all the same people. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, right? They've been wearing us out since we stepped off them slave ships, right? And think to change times and law. Who changed the times, right? Who tells you when a program about to come on TV, it says 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time, Western Time, Eastern Time, Central Time. When the seasons change, who make the time go up in the summertime, make the time go back? This is what it's saying. This beast, he would change times and laws. They always change the law. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times, right? The saints of the Most High, which is the blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, that would be given into his hand until Yahweh Shai come back, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Until he return, we will be in his hands, all right? Now, I just want to show you that evil entity that we're dealing with, all right? In the Bible, is considered a descendant of one of the 4 beasts, which is the ancient Roman Empire, right? America descends from that empire, all right? So the mid-80s on to the 90s was a big change and very detrimental to our people, right? Marriage in the black household was at an all-time low. And crack became the new husband and fathers of the community. Now we going into the 90s, and this demon want to keep us. He ain't done with us yet. This ain't happening with no other people. This only happening with the Israelites, God's chosen people. He want to keep us at our lowest form. Now we in the 90s, Hip-hop blowing up. And this demon, all of the demonic powers of Hollywood, had a big meeting about this new genre of music that's blowing up, right? Which is hip-hop. So the elites that run the music industry, right, decides to remove all conscious and positive rap and glorify the violence and the fornication of the music. Let's keep going. So now it's all about money, drugs, fornication, pretty much. So what's fornication? Fornication is a abominable sin, a sex crime in the eyes of the Most High, right? For example, adultery, right? Married man sleeping with a married woman sleeping with a married man. Abortions, a woman or a man just sleeping around with no intentions on marrying, just being a whoremonger. That's fornicating. You got a different man every week. You got a different girl every 2 months. That's fornicating. Homosexuality, pedophilia. These are all sex crimes that falls under fornicating in the eyes of the Most High, right? Which is all our music talk about: drugs, violence, and fornicating, right? Let's get a precept. Let's get 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. 6 and 9. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, and it reads, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind." All right? So black culture itself is an abomination to God, because that's what our music and our everyday life consists of, right? Fornicating. When our children look at their phone and look at TikTok, what they see? Women twerking. What they hear when they cut the radio on? Audio porn all day. Violence and audio porn, right? When they look at cartoons, what's in cartoons? Homosexuality, especially with the black programs, the BETs, and, we in Chicago, so we get, the GCIs and Power 92. Nothing but all of the music is pure violence. Black culture has become just chaos. Our youth is not concerned with marriage. When they cut on the radio and all they hear is violence and sleeping with somebody's woman, they're not thinking about no marriage. But that's the foundation of everything, of humanity. A man and a woman to get together, become one, and to be fruitful, multiply, right? Let's get a precept. Let's go to Hebrews 13 and 4. Hebrews 13 and 4. And it reads, "Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge." Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. It undefiled when you are married as one, when you're not sleeping around. Like 70% of violence is caused behind cheating. Men and women sleeping around, getting caught, the wife trying to run you off the road, kill you, stab you, she trying to hurt you. Some dude that caught somebody with his wife and he ready to do whatever he finna do to you. They have programmed us so well that the youth don't see anything wrong with our lifestyle. Like, we brainwashed out here. Satan separated them by building a woman up, giving her all these things to push her away from her man. He separated them, took the woman from the man, and that's the whole foundation. If you take away her, you take away the house. And the thing that kills me is when our people, we fall into these philosophies and different things of the world. Something bad happened. First thing we say is, "Oh, well, I prayed to God, but ain't nothing happened, and I'm just going through it." In the scriptures, it clearly tells you God do not hear sinners. You out here doing all these abominations, fornicating, and doing everything that God hates, when you go to say a prayer to him, he's not even listening to you. All right, let's get a precept. Let's go to Proverbs 28:9. Let me show you something. Proverbs 28:9. And then I'm gonna go to the New Testament, give you a quick one. So it's both of them gonna say the same thing. I gotta go to the New Testament because people get they always in the Old Testament. Well, let me give it to you in both testaments. All right. What we say? 28:9 Proverbs, and it reads, "He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination." Right? He that don't hear what God tell you to do, and that's the laws, then when you pray, it's an abomination to God. He not messing with you. He ain't rocking with you, bro. All right? Now let's go to the New Testament and get the same scripture. Let's go to John 9. John 9:31. Right? We almost done. All right? 9:31. Okay, it says, "Now we know that God heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshipper of God, he doeth his will, him he heareth." Plain and simple. New Testament for you. So, every day of your life, when you wake up, you cut the radio on, you listening to violence and fornication. You cut the TV on, you watching homosexuality, twerking, and that's why God say come out of the world. Because if you follow this world, then you're going to get caught up. You know what I'm saying? So now you done sinned all day, so now when you go say your prayer, Most High ain't rocking with it. Until you repent and come out of that thing. Or else God is going to judge you, man. You want to sleep around and be a whoremonger? God going to judge you for that. Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:61. Deuteronomy 28:61. Bear with me. And it reads, this is going to be your judgment. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. That's going to be your judgment, your punishment from the Lord. Right? He's going to give you HIV. He's going to give you herpes. He's going to give you all of these curses for your fornication. Right? And that's why I say Satan has made us love being whores. Like our women just come out with nothing on in the summer. You be like, come on, really? You ain't got nothing on. Come on, baby girl, you look like a whore. Come on, man. Making our children be okay with this music, Megan and Cardi, talking about nothing but having sex with men all day, getting some money for it. The serpent slipped in our households way back then, manipulated our women, turned them against us, the man. And his whole purpose is to keep the 12 tribes of Israel, the black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, in sin, down in its lowest form, in sin. One thing I know for certain that's holding back so-called black people, which are the real Jews, the Israelites, is fornication. This abomination is causing transgression at an all-time high. And I know that for certain. That's why in Daniel's, when it was talking about that beast America, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. This evil entity is going to put everything around us to destroy ourselves. He going to give you everything you need to destroy yourself. They make it like the Bible is a fairy tale book. When you go into this book, it's nothing but history. It's telling you about the last kingdom and the kingdoms before that and the people and their descendants and who they come from. And there's still prophecies in here now. Still things that hasn't happened yet in the book. And it's still telling you what's going on today and who is who. But you got to do the research. And the book is thousands of years old. And look, I used to be the same way, right? But all praises, the Most High pulled me out of that. And I'm trying to pull somebody else out. So that's what these videos for. Don't hate the messenger. I'm just the messenger. And with that, I want to give you a big shalom, shalom. Alright? And give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach, Malak Yahweh Shai. Alright? We out.